Hi, I'm Karen Ely, money coach at Women Talking Finance. And today, what I want to do is share with you how I use AI and technology to help me do a cash flow analysis and really just get a good understanding on where my money goes. So, we're so fortunate these days that we do have technology that we can use to make life simple for us and to do a bit of a stock take as to our cash flow and where our money's going because so many times as a money coach, I hear, I don't know where my money goes, it just goes. So now I'm going to show you how you can do it really easily and simply in about 10 minutes. So prior to having technology like AI, it used to take me, up to 2 hours to actually go through and analyze my cash flow statement. And it's something that I like to do every quarter or 6 months or at least yearly, because you just want to see where is my money going? What are some of those big spending items? And previously, I'd have to do it all manually. There are apps that you can use that do it really well as well. Some of those cost money. So, what I want to share with you today is how you can do it really simply to find out more about your cash flow spending, your surpluses, your deficits, where your money is actually going. And then using that information, you can make really informed choices about how you manage your money better in 2026. So, let's get started. What I want to show you first is how do you actually get the first step is downloading your bank transaction history. So I'm just going to show you quickly by sharing my screen. I'm going to share my screen here. So I've got the NAB. So you can go into your bank account where all of your main transactions, and you can do this if you've got a few bank accounts that have different transactions, you can go and do that for all of them and download them. So my main spending is in this account. So what I've done here is I've got a date range of the last, 12 months. So we just do 6 and we're just going to apply that. So a lot of them have different ranges where you can do the last 30 days, 90 days, or 12 months or financial year. So you want to do that. And then you can just see here all of my bank transaction history. The most important part is to export. So we just click that export button. You can do it as a PDF or a spreadsheet CSV. I prefer spreadsheets because I can manually manipulate the data. And so you can see here that the file is there ready to go. I'm just going to show you one as to, I've downloaded it already. So I just want to show you what I actually do to it. And I've done a couple of things already, but I'm going to talk you through them. So the first thing I do is just sort and filter and put fields on here. Now, the next most important thing that you do is you take out all of your identifying information. So when my download came, it had my bank account details in there. So I don't want to share them with AI or technology, and I don't want to share them with you. No offense. So I've taken all of those out already, and it's really important that you do that and take out any identifying personal data that's yours, because we don't want to be putting those into AI platforms like Chat or Claude or Copilot. So we've got this here. Then we go across the top, and you can see that I just put a filter button in there, just using that filter button, because what it allows me to do is sort and filter. So you can see here, my bank account has actually gone and categorized a lot of my transactions. What it has done there is there's one called uncategorized. And so I just want to go through all of those because I expect your bank will probably do a similar thing. And so I just want to go to those and see if I can actually manually categorize them myself, just to make the information that I give AI as accurate as possible, because the better quality information that you give it, the better quality outputs that you're going to get, an analysis of your cash flow. So I can just go through here and say, okay, that one is actually homewares. That one there, I'm not sure. That one is a bakery. So I just put takeaway. What else we got here? Oh, that was a concert that I went to, so entertainment. I'm not going to bother doing any more now, but you can see that, yeah, you can go through those and then categorize them, because it's just going to give you more meaningful data. So we've got this data here. I'm just going to save that and close it. And so the platform I'm going to show you today is ChatGPT. So I have the paid version, but you can do it on the non-paid version as well, or you can use your AI platform of choice. Now, what I want to do is I want to just click over to the thinking mode, because it just takes a little bit longer, and I know I'm going to get better quality output from it. So there's lots of things that we can do with AI, but there's also a lot of things that you don't want AI to do. But first, what I want to do is give you the prompt. So here is some prompts that you can put in to the AI, which I've created. So you can see here, here's my bank account statement for the last 12 months. Please answer the following questions. Identify the categories where I spend the most money. Has my grocery spending increased over the last 12 months and by how much? So I don't know about you, but with cost of living and inflation, every time I go to the supermarket, it seems like I'm buying less and it's costing me more. So I just want to kind of find out from the data, is that actually true? What's my average monthly surplus or shortfall? This can give us a really good guideline as to, well, that was our cash flow for 2025. What things can I plan for in 2026? So if I've got extra savings capacity, how could I use that money towards my financial goals for 2026? Or if I've got a shortfall, do I have an emergency fund where I'm going to access those shortfall months or over that longer period of time? Then number four, it suggests ways that I can reduce both my discretionary and fixed costs. So the AI will go through and categorize discretionary expenses and also our fixed costs. And then lastly, I just wanted to benchmark my spending ratios and categories against general financial planning practices and any other data that's out there. So now I'm going to do is I just need to add my file in here. So I'm just going to do that. Where did I put it? Yeah, and cash flow and that one. Great. So it's all in there. I'm going to upload that now. And it's going to take a couple of minutes to think about it and do the analysis. So why it's doing that, I just want to make sure that you really understand while I'm promoting using AI and platforms like ChatGPT, it is really for cash flow and analysis and looking at the data and how I can improve some of my spending. I'm not going to use it for financial advice. I've tested it a few times and I really don't think it's at the stage yet that you can actually rely on it for financial advice. You're much better to go to a financial expert, whether that be a financial advisor or a mortgage broker, or depending on what you're looking for. Please do not use ChatGPT for it. I just don't think it's ready. Some of the thresholds and data that are in there are out of date when I've looked at it. So yeah, that was my disclaimer around using this technology in ways that are safe. So taking out all of your personal information and not relying on it for financial recommendations. So I'm just going to pause for a minute while it continues to do that, and then we'll come back. So as you can see, ChatGPT, it took just over 3 minutes to do the analysis of my bank account, which is pretty amazing because, as I said, when I'm doing 12 months, it takes me about 2 hours. So using this technology is just creating so many efficiencies in managing my money. So I think it's fantastic. So what's it come up with? So it's looking at my core spending. My highest outgoings is my groceries. No surprise there. I knew that would be. Other shopping or discretionary shopping, pets has come up quite high. And the reason for that, it's not normally that high. Both my teeth had to have dental surgery. So that's what most of that was, which I had to kind of transfer from my emergency account to pay for that. So that's not normally in there. The other ones look pretty good. Fantastic. So it's answering the question, has my grocery spend increased and by how much? Well, this is surprising. It's an increase of $16 per month, or about 1.4%. So I thought it would be a lot higher than that. It definitely feels higher than that, but that's the benefit of doing this is having a look at what is the data actually telling us. And again, I skipped over these categories, but when you're going through yours, you can kind of do an analysis to say, well, of my percentages, am I comfortable with that? Because at the end of the day, all you're wanting to use this data for is using it as information to make informed choices and decisions about how you're going to manage your money, where you want your money to go for 2026. So what else do I ask? My average monthly shortfall or surplus. So this is really good, again, to plan. Mine's obviously distorted. I should have taken this out, the whole vet bill. So it's coming up with a shortfall, but it's not actually the case. Ways to reduce discretionary and fixed spending. So it's looking at my biggest levers here. Where can I do that? So my discretionary spending, my clothes, takeaway, and then it just comes up with ideas around, what can you do for those things, which I think there's some really great handy tips there, which you can go through and have a look for your own. Again, it's picked up pets. That one's just was a one-off expense. I shouldn't have taken it out there. It's looking at subscriptions and insurances, making sure that you go back and reprice those, which I do every year. So that's all great. Benchmarking. So you can see here, the benchmarking is a rough rule of thumb for groceries is 10 to 15%. So I'm definitely at that higher end. One of my values is health and vitality. So I do spend a little bit more on healthy food. So I'm fine with that. Insurance, that's looking like it's okay. Pets, obviously, that's an issue. I need to go through that again. But going through this, as you can see, hopefully by giving you this demonstration, you can see that some really great data and information that you can get from your actual spending. And I really do believe that our cash flow and looking at what's coming in, what's coming out of our bank account, it really is our core financial foundation. And if we can get this right and plan for it, so then you can foresee any big lumpy months or times of the year where you need to kind of build up your emergency funds, so you've got those buffers in place, or maybe you've got a surplus there. How can you use it more effectively? This information can just help you plan better and plan your cash flow to make it work for you. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you want some more tips or resources or tools, please reach out or go visit womentalkingfinance.com.au. Thanks.